Hey guys, I'm here to tell you 5 important tips that you can use to speak fluently, okay? It is so important, so I think it would be practical for you, so stay tuned with me. I think the very first tip I am going to give is that please practice regularly. It is really important for this skill to be practiced regularly. Actually, the key to fluency is consistency, like many other skills. But specifically, it is really important to know that in order to speak fluently, you will have to practice as much as you can every day. You have to make a routine of this for you, okay? So dedicate at least 15 to 30 minutes a day to speak out loud. That's really important. You can talk to yourself, or you can practice with a friend, or you can use some language apps. It is really important. So if you have a friend that you can talk to, you can give it a try. But maybe your friend is not always available, so you do not have to stop practicing. You have to keep going. And okay, when your friend is not available, you can speak to yourself. Yeah, start speaking to yourself. You can record your voice and then listen to it after you finished. Then you can check it, see whether you speak well, whether you spoke well or not. And actually, if you had some grammar mistakes, you can realize them and correct them in the best way possible, and so many other things. So keep practicing, okay? So sometimes you can practice with your friend, sometimes you can, I think it's better to say always. You have to do every day. You have to practice with yourself. You have to speak to yourself. And more importantly, use language apps. And actually, it is a really good idea to use AI. In that way, you can talk to these kinds of apps. They will talk to you. You can practice the speaking, and even you can ask the AI to correct yourself. So I'm going to suggest to you some good apps in this area. So keep in touch with me. Start following my channel, subscribe this channel, and I will introduce those apps in very next videos. Okay, so the second tip I want to mention is that you have to think in the language you're going to be fluent. I highly recommend you to stop, please. I highly recommend you to stop translating in your head. Try thinking directly in the language you're learning. It could be as simple as naming objects around you or forming small sentences about your day, okay? Then you will stop translating and you start being fluent in that language, okay? So I highly recommend to do so. When you're starting translating everything in your mind, it takes time, and you will never ever be fluent in that language. Okay, so stop it. The third tip I'm going to give is that please expand your vocabulary. It is really important too. You have to learn new language on a daily basis. It is so important. And use them in sentences, do not just remember some lists of words. Actually, you do not have to make a list of some words and just trying to remember it every day. You have to study them and use them in sentences. Read some sentences, and then you should try to make sentences with those words yourself, It really helps you to understand how you have to use these words, and then you will start understanding how to use it, and you will be fluent. You will be more fluent. So trust me, it really works. Focus on commonly used phrases and expressions instead of some rare or overly complex words. It is not necessary to focus on some complex words that are not useful in real life. You have to focus on phrases or words that are really, really practical. You will learn them, then you will be fluent. You do not need to use a word that does not, it is not something common in that language. Yes, there is that word in that language, but it is not common. Nobody is going to use it in a daily life or even in academia or everywhere else. You may find this word in a book, for example, an ancient book, maybe. So you do not have to study those kinds of words. You have to learn practical words. Okay, and the tip number 4 is listen and imitate. Okay, it's really important too. You have to watch movies. You have to listen to podcasts or watch YouTube videos in the language you're learning. For example, if you're learning English and you're trying to speak English fluently, you have to look for anything in English and start listening to it. You have to watch movies, watch YouTube videos, listen to podcasts in English. And paying attention to pronunciation and the rhythm of their speaking, then imitate the speakers to sound natural. It is a really, really perfect way too. I will, there is a technique called shadowing. I will explain this technique in my next videos. So if you're going to find this video, please subscribe my channel right now so that you won't miss that video. It is a really practical technique. I'm not going to explain it here because it will be mixed up. So I will tell you in another video. And finally, the last tip, number 5, is that please, please, please don't fear mistakes, okay? Fluency grows with practice, not perfection. So do not be perfectionist, okay? You have to just speak, practice, and make mistakes. And through those mistakes, you will learn and you will become a fluent speaker. So do not worry about it. Do not be worried about. Please don't be afraid of speaking and making mistakes. Okay? Mistakes are part of this process. So focus on expressing yourself rather than getting everything right. There's nothing in not making mistakes. Okay? So you have to make mistakes and you will learn so many things from those mistakes. Yeah. So do it. Yeah, maybe there are some people that maybe they may make fun of you, but is that important? No. Is it important that, for example, my friend laughs at me? No, it's not important. It's none of their business. And actually, when they make fun of you, it's none of your business because it is not really important. So just let them go and focus on your goal, which is becoming a fluent speaker. And do that, okay? Specifically, you can use these tips for any language. If you're working on English, if you're working on, German, French, or any other language. Just think about the last tip, and it's better to say all 5 tips I gave you. They are really practical. I will explain each of them in my next videos thoroughly so that you may understand them better. But start doing these tips right now. from today. Do not procrastinate the process. Your time is valuable, okay? So if you enjoyed this video and for having next videos in this channel, I highly recommend you to subscribe. And again, if you enjoyed this video, please give this video a thumbs up and please tell me that you're going to start today, okay? I'll see you in my next video. So until then, bye-bye.